Right over there, through that door, and up the stair, will you find my master's lair.
I thought it'd be...
Grander? Or more opulent, perhaps. I assure you the place is plenty big from the inside. Eigen, my dear, is that you? Please come in. Make yourself at home. I'm so pleased to finally make your acquaintance in the flesh. We've known each other for some time now, but to my embarrassment we haven't been able to actually meet. Until now, let me formally introduce myself. Please call me Bairn. You know, I have to commend you. It's very brave of you to come here. By this point, you must have some inkling of what kind of thing I am. Not the specifics, mind you, but the feelings of dread and horror do provide their own inklings, don't you think? But fear is not what I sense from you. Far from it. What I sense are the old scars. But these are still quite fresh. But there's something else. This aroma is so familiar to me, Eigen. A pungent bouquet of vengeance. I've gleaned as much through our sporadic meetings. But allow me to peer directly into your mind, like a better view. The instant, the spark that started this change in you.
So you want to see how it went down? The memories of that night are seared into my mind, like a constant loop. I dream it almost every time I go to sleep. And I sometimes see the flickering of those flames when I close my eyes. I also see the eyes through the smoke that stared me down with nothing but hatred. A complete hatred for existence. 4 years ago, the life I had known ended. This beast of entropy took it all down in a few hours. The whole town was up in flames. Everyone around me was dead. I was the only one left. And now it was my turn to die. As that beam came towards me, I felt my fear vanish. The closer it got, the more another feeling dawned on me. Completely unfamiliar before. A lack of fear, of any actual emotion. It felt like an emptiness. It was like total silence. And in that silence, I only had one clear thought. Was my life always this meaningless? What a truly stupid way to die. But it didn't end there. I lost consciousness. Apparently a wandering wizard passing by saw the flames and came to investigate. He protected me from that doom. He saved my life. I heard afterwards, while I was recovering, that the wizard tried to fight that beast, but it disappeared before the fight even started, like it had suddenly teleported. Convenient, right? I briefly regained consciousness. I remember feeling so small in his arms, insignificant. That's how I felt. I'd sustained some cuts and burns from the fire and the chaos of that night, but the clerics of the nearby town said my mind suffered the most. Well, they didn't tell me that, but you can hear a lot in the tight spaces of those monasteries. They said I had a most peculiar sullenness, unlike what they usually see when people get hit with trauma like that. But what do they know? And then you came into my life, not long after. First, I thought I was just having nightmares. I'd been through a lot, so some bad dreams were to be expected. But these dreams were different. Over 4 years, we'd have our little chats in my dreams. How many meetings had it been, Baron? 3 or maybe 10 by now?
You've lost count.
I guess so. The important thing is the things you told me. You knew what happened that night, when the beast of entropy destroyed everything in my life. You told me that you felt a little responsible for it somehow, and had an offer to make me. But usually you just went on about some obscure topic or another. I got the feeling you just wanted to vent most of the time.
Well, you're a good listener, you know.
But you made something very clear to me. You had the means to make me stronger, and that's all I wanted. It's all I still want.
Ah, yes. I noticed you brushed up on your readings and physical training over the 4 years, taking on jobs with a junior adventurer's license, a lost cat here, an emergency delivery through a dark forest there. Quite independent for your age, you know. I see you didn't happen to get a haircut in all that time.
Don't patronize me, Baron. I came to this place where reality feels like it's constantly being dragged through mud because I'm ready for that next step. My training and license work were just a stepping stone, but you already knew that.
A plotter after my own black heart. Let's slow down for a moment, Eigen. Let me tell you about how it is that this beast of entropy, as you call it, came to your town, and of my part in this sordid affair. A long time ago, I had forged a particular blade. The thing is, I can't quite remember why I did this in the first place. Whims are funny like that. You see, I had been asleep for a while. Anyways, since creating it, this blade had spent the vast majority of its time in the abyss, where demons scraped and clawed after it, fighting with a venomous fury as the blade continued to plunge through the endless layers. The blade had many names, but I don't think I called it anything in particular. The name it rather self-explanatorily settled on was the Chaos Blade. Over the course of its descent through the abyss, it had accumulated all sorts of foul energy. Unfortunately, this did no favors for its appearance. However, whoever comes to possess this blade is changed by it, made more by it, if you are to believe the chaotically aligned, coming out of the transformation with one all-encompassing purpose: to restore the blade to its true potential. Eigen, when that beam came towards you, it marked you, staining your fate. Though you were saved that night, you are destined to once again face the current wielder of the Chaos Blade. But I think you know that. Which brings you before me, face to face. Somehow, the blade found itself on the prime material plane, in the hands of a human. Then of course there's the business of who that human is.
Hey, I don't know if this is you trying to test my boundaries, but that topic is off limits. I'm not ready to talk about that just yet.
My deepest apologies. I overstepped my bounds. Let's get to business then. The real affair that's brought us together. Eigen, you desire power. So on that day when fate decides to bestow you with another encounter with the Blade's bearer, you'll be ready. I offer you a pact. Allow me to serve as your patron, and I will give you power unheard of. But power is not enough. It must be trained and matured to properly harness it. This applies to all applications of power, mind you. What I offer you is not just a pact, but a boon that will accelerate your accumulation of power.
And I'm sure you have your own motives.
Or maybe I don't. Let me show you what can give you the means to reach heights of power undreamed of. I call it crone. Something I cooked up in the lab since waking up. Can't tell you how good it feels to shake the old cobwebs off and get right back to work. Want to say hi?
What is this?
My dear, I can only be that which I am, a creator. Unfortunately, one of my creations has caused you untold woe. And in exchange, besides offering the awesome power allotted with my patronage, I offer you a formidable conduit for harnessing that power.
I don't understand.
Through an easy and relatively painless procedure, I will infuse this advanced parasite into you. And with Crone as a part of you, you will leap bounds past other warlocks who have toiled years away at but a single cantrip. Your growth will be exponential. So, my dear child, do you accept this offer? And more importantly, are you ready? In the yoke of gestation will you be renewed. Come, crone, your birth is also at hand. A joining of two, a becoming of something new.
Work around town has started drying up, but I'm finally feeling stronger. Soon, I'll be able to go beyond the outskirts and be a full-fledged adventurer. There's a party I've been corresponding with. They say that their fighter got hurt pretty badly during the last paid quest. They're looking for a substitute while she takes some time to herself. Will you be gone long? I don't think so. But don't worry, you'll be staying with the Grods. I already spoke to Mr. and Mrs. Grod yesterday. Your dog is going to be thrilled that you'll be sleeping over. Slade, be careful, okay? I will, Eigen. You know your big bro's pretty strong, right? Besides, I want you to go to school soon. It's not fair that you aren't able to put that brain of yours to task while I'm out here swinging Dad's old sword around.
Looks like it worked. But we can't be completely sure just yet. Not to worry. I have a little test in mind. Just a tap of this button and...
Bairn, what are you doing?
That thing does not look friendly.
Gah! What?
I said that does not look friendly.
My hand!
Hey, it's our hand now. The name's Crone. Pleased to meet ya. And if you want to survive, you better point me at that thing before it gets over here.
This can't be happening.
It is. Now focus, kid. It's time to do or die. Pay attention, kid. It's here, quick! Kid, you gotta get up. Are you gonna let that thing take you out in a single hit? You can't let it in here before it's even begun. Think about your life. Think about my life. You hear me, kid? Kid! Kid! I can't believe I'm already gonna fight it. I didn't even have a chance to blast any fools. If you can hear me, kid, this is your last chance. You need to wake up and use your will to point me at that thing.
You don't have to keep pushing yourself for my sake all the time. You know that, right, Slade?
Eldritch Blast, baby.
It looks like you crit. I knew you had it in you. Not bad at all.
Did you just try to kill me?
Try to kill you? That would indicate intent on my part. I just pushed a button and saw what happened. Though I must admit that I'm relieved to see that you have what it takes. You see, I believe in a fair amount of sink or swim. Why take the time to learn something tomorrow, which you can realize today? And what we've realized from that little test is that you and Crone are linked. The infusion was a success. You now carry the tools necessary to tear through the ranks of power. But to attain that power worthy of your potential, you need a catalyst. And as such, I, your esteemed patron, am giving you your first assignment. But remember this, dear Eigen. The monster you just disintegrated contained as much power as the littlest finger of some of the foes you will face under my care. Feeling up to it?
Whatever you say, boss.